Do I consider myself an artist? Now, for those of you who probably know, I don't really talk crap about them as much as I think I actually do. But for those of you who know me, you know I tend to talk crap about artists, like, oh, the artsy type, oh, like the freaking Portland hipster style person. I show great disdain for artists in general. I always look at them as if they're pretentious. I always look at them as if they feel like they're sort of entitled to stuff just because they're an artist. And I just don't like artists. But there's this weird thing where the amount of work I put into stuff and the amount I self-deprecate my content, YouTube, writing, whatever. I self-deprecate it to the max, but deep inside, I really have pride in it, except like early writing stuff. Cuckoo Universe, like post video where I made the Cuckoo Universe public, I'm sort of proud of most of that stuff, not all of it. Before it, I think it sucks. And when I'm writing I deal with the pre-2018 Cuckoo Universe on a daily basis, trying to get all the stories ready for public release, dealing with looking back for continuity when I write a future story. So I'm always stuck when I'm writing I always have to go back and look at me at my worst writing. And I think that leads to like an impact on me. Like, I think that leads to me like, oh, I'll never be able to write good. Look at this crap I wrote when I was in high school. But I don't know. I think if I took a step back and started reading the stories I began to write after I knew I was going to make everything public, it might not be as bad as I thought it would. I think that the Dreadcore miniseries that's coming out right now, I have that fully planned out. The only weakness is I think I should have made it longer than 4 issues. Because there are some character development scenes I wanted to include in it that I just didn't have because I have a page limit of 6 pages for each, quote, issue. But see, here I am talking about like sort of the production, the behind the scenes of the Cuckoo Universe, as if I'm some sort of artist giving a commentary. In YouTube, I definitely have a more artistic philosophy on YouTube. I believe in making content I want to make. I don't believe in making content for the algorithm or making content for popularity. I make it because I think it's what I want to make, it's what I want to see, or it's something I felt needs to be said, or something like that. There's very much a lot of the tropes, I guess you can call it, that you see associated with artists can be found in me when it comes to my writing and YouTube. Well, more to YouTube than my writing, but and it's just history in itself. Like, I'm a historian. History in itself is a sort of art, and there's writing involved with historiography. Being a historian, I don't really have that musical ear, but I am working on the piano, which is sort of an art, and I just don't know. It's like I make fun of artists all the time, but at the end of the day, the stuff I do is essentially the same exact thing I've read. I don't have this sense of self-importance. I don't have this sense of entitlement. But I do have a sense of what I do matters, at least to me. I won't pretend it matters. I don't pretend it matters to the rest of the world, and I don't pretend it should matter to the rest of the world. But I don't know. In some regards, I guess I sometimes consider myself an artist when it comes to my work. And that I'm dying inside saying that out loud, coming to that realization. But I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles. How did I... And, like, what's the exact opposite of art? That's more of the hard science. Engineering, mathematics, hard science, biology. Guess what I've never been good at? As much as my personality... I think my personality reflects more of a hard science math type dude. I've never done poorly in I've never done worse in a class than I have in math. With the exception of art. I think this is the real problem I have with art. I hate the art community, and I hate how art is judged. The worst class I've ever done in my life is an art class in college. And it was the worst class. It was so subjective. I hated it so much. I'm definitely much more into objective analysis than I am into subjective analysis. At least right now. I might go through some sort of philosophical revolution any day now. But I really hated that class. The worst class I ever done was that art class, but I think you can do good at art in general and do bad at art class. Math and hard sciences I do terrible at, and I absolutely hate math. I am very deficient when it comes to math. Whenever I have to count anything, just add anything, I always use my fingers. Like, most people my age can do 10 plus 6 without looking at their fingers. Or 2 plus 2, I have to look at my fingers for that crap. Multiplication, I cannot do multiplication without a calculator. I never learned my multiplication tables. It's a mess. I can't do multiplication or division without a calculator, even the small stuff. I always really came close to failing math all the time. And I know there's a stereotype, oh, you're Asian, you're supposed to be good at math. Fool, math is the bane of my existence. I could not do math. Okay, after that little rant against math. And I really respect people who can do math. Like, as I understand it, freaking Lays can do some pretty good math. He got a good... didn't he get a good score on his SAT or something? And he's doing something more technical than I could ever do. It's just math... Oh, man. Let's move this from a rant against math to back to art. But yeah, I really like art. I like self-expression. That's the thing I really like about art the most. Self-expression. What you really see in my YouTube videos, I guess. Not so much... My writing... Most of my writing... My philosophy on writing really hasn't solidified until like a few days ago, so you're not really going to see self-expression in my writing until upcoming releases, I guess. Let's see. I think that's about it. Do I consider myself an artist? Sure. Not a good one, though.